audience out here to stand and remove your hats, if you could please do so.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very, very much. Well, once again, welcome to the Washington County Fair at Sneaky Pete's Garden Tractor Pullers. While all the drivers and their pit crews and everything are going back to get their tractors ready and everything, I am going to tell you a little bit about garden tractor pulling. And I'm going to introduce some people out here, too, real quick. I'm going to introduce John first. He's our flag man. Can you wave your flags, turn around, show the audience? Okay. John is our flag man tonight. He comes from Isanti, so this isn't his backyard. He says if he had to have a garden tractor pulling track, this would be his backyard. Hunter, of course, is on the skidster way back there. Thank you, Hunter, for waving. And Dean is the one who's going to be riding on the Eliminator. Some of the drivers around here call it the pulling sled. I like to call it the Eliminator because there's weights on it, and when it goes down the track, those weights move, and it eliminates them from going any further. So that's how we determine their distances. Also, Sneaky Pete is down there. He's getting things organized and ready as usual. My lovely assistants up here are Carol and Michelle, who of course provide me with all the information I need about garden tractors that are coming up for you. So, I haven't been back here for 2 years to do this announcing, so you're going to have to bear with me tonight a little bit. My name is Kathy. I actually come out of Rosemont, so of course I got to go through all the traffic tonight getting up here. But it was well worth it because this is a great county fair. I happen to have a yellow schedule that I picked up actually at their information booth. If you have not done so, please do. I cannot believe the amount of information and things that you have going on at this county fair. You got to be one of the premier county fairs around the state around here. So let's get back to garden tractor pulling a little bit. I know we have two eliminators up here. We have a small one and we have a big one. The small one tonight, of course, we're going to ask that the 800-pound tractors come up, and they will actually position in front of it. If you were here a little bit earlier, you would have seen that we actually had one of our mini rods that came out and did a test pull for us, because every dirt track is a little bit different when you go somewhere. So that's what he was doing. But now, of course, they come up. When the 800-pound off the lawn group does come up, the first puller always has the right to refuse that distance, and he can pull at the very end if he wants to. So now I have mentioned 800-pound off the lawn. What do they mean by 800 pound off the lawn? Means it must weigh 800 pounds with the driver. They can, I think they can put weights on there. Is that true? Yes, to make sure it's 800 pounds. And you may see kids under the age of 14 actually driving some of these garden tractors. So garden tracting, pulling is a family sport. So if you have a garden tractor that you've got at home that think you'd be great for pulling, don't be afraid to come out and try it next year. Let's see, 800 pound off the lawn means it's a stock tractor. Off the lawn. You might be mowing with it one day. Next day you bring a trailer out here and bring it in and you're pulling on the eliminator. I believe we'll have our first driver coming up here shortly. Maybe I should announce. It's going to be Lily Nelson, who's age 8, will be coming up. So hopefully Lily listened. After her is Maria Tice. And after that is Luke Williams. And I will give you, of course, the ages and where they're from and everything. How many of you are first time here for garden tractor pulling exhibition? Raise your hand. I want to know. That's wonderful. I will try and give you as much information as I can all night long because it is a fun sport. Anybody can do it. Wow, okay, so Lily is up to the small eliminator, what we call it. She is actually sponsored by Save Express. Her dad, actually Don Helwig, is the owner, and she's from Princeton, Minnesota. Her tractor is called Spoiled Rotten Number 2, and it's a Cup Cadet. So, does your garden tractor at home when you go out mowing sound like this? I hope not. I know if mine did, my neighbors would probably call me up and say, Mike, you need to fix the muffler. But I do have to let you know that her grandpa, Don Helwig, not her dad, Don Helwig, though he wants to feel younger. Who knows? That's right. She's 8 years old. Thank you for giving her applause. Now, what's going to happen is John down there is going to read to us the distance, okay, which I will report to you. I will try and keep you posted all along, and we'll find out if she's going to keep that or not. She actually pulled 256 feet, 22 inches. And we'll find out if she's going to keep it or if she's going to come back. She'd be foolish to come back. That's a really good pull. But you never know. I haven't been out there pulling on the track. Are you having fun so far? Oh, she's going to keep her distance. And I encourage you all the time to applaud anytime you want to cheer them on or something. Like if you have a Cub Cadet at home or a John Deere, please, by all means, a Toro. Hey, that's Sneaky Pete, Cy Schmitz. He's the one that has this operation, organizes it, gets everything going. This next tractor puller coming up is Maria Tice. She's sponsored by JL Welding. That is her dad, Jim Tice. And they're out of Shakopee, Minnesota. Hey, I know where Shakopee is. That's the Southwest Metro. She is age 14. This is Ruse Ride. And it's a 10 horsepower Cub Cadet off the lawn. I take it Dad's walking along with her. He's always very proud, and anytime he can get Maria out there, you can wave to the crowd too, Jim. As you can tell, we have a good time out here with the families. Next time the eliminator goes by, I'm going to start counting weights, because each one of those weights weighs 50 pounds, okay? And then we'll know what they're actually pulling down the track. Excuse me. I was heard the weights weigh 95 pounds, so I better dig out my calculator here so I can get the exact weight that we have that they're pulling. Now remember, what's happening is those weights are on there, and they're moving up on that eliminator. It might start out way at the back, and then it moves up on the eliminator, and as it gets heavier towards the front, basically stops the tractor. Nice going. I hope Maria hears all that. She got a round of applause. As you notice, they do have to wear safety equipment. We have to wear seatbelts. They got to make sure they have on their helmets and everything too. They actually have little wheelie bars in the back in case it actually would happen to get hooked in a really grippy spot and might tip over or something. But believe me, they're pretty balanced. Okay, Maria went 297 feet 86. 297.86. So she did very good. Are you getting the hang of it? We're going to be doing this for all the classes. And we have several classes we're going to be running. We're going to be doing 800 pound, 900 pound, 1100 pound. We're going to do stock altered. We're going to be doing a sport, pro sport. Open Unlimited is very exciting to watch. And then we're going to get into the mini rods that actually have motorcycle or snowmobile engines on them. Believe me, they don't take those out mowing the yard. They come out just for things like this. So, very good. Our next puller up is going to be Luke Williams. He's age 13. His dad, Corey, is over there. You can watch him now as they come in. Corey is Luke's uncle. The girls always know what's going on, so I always refer to them. His tractor is called Get 'em Hooked. It's 10 horsepower again. He's age 13. Comes out of Dassel, Minnesota. I like how the gentleman in the green's pointing, go down the track. So. Hey, there goes Corey. Wonderful. Now look at his garden tractor as he goes by. He's got this long bar out in front. He's allowed to put weights on that, so he can run like an 1100 or 900 pound too if he wants to. He's got the wheelie bars on the back. I personally like his 12 rims. Where do you see that on a garden tractor? I'm going to say mine are painted. Oh, I forgot to count weights. I'll have to do that next time they go by. Remember, the distance to beat is 297.86. Oh, he got up down there as much as he can out of that garden tractor. Another Cub Cadet. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Luke, I hope you're hearing all this. They're clapping for you. Okay, so do you think he went farther than Maria, or do you think he's about the same? How many think he went farther? Oh, I got one person, a couple people out there. How many think Maria went further? Oh yeah, we got some clapping. Well, I'll tell you the distance. Luke went 299.73, so he did go farther than Maria, so he actually took first place in the 800 pound off the lawn. That's it. That's all we have for 800 pound off the lawn. Yep, so the placements are Luke here. Oh, he's going to go back on the other side. Went 299.73. Couldn't quite make it to 300 feet. Maria went 297.86. And Lily, age 8, went 256.22. And I thought she'd be the top one. Boy, am I wrong. I guess I don't know my track tonight. Must be good and grippy. Oh, so now they're putting some more weights on the small eliminator because we are now going up to 900 pounds on that one. Okay, again, when's our first pull-up here is Mark Benning. Mark Benning is out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. So you could tell some of these people come from quite a distance to get up here to go garden tractor pulling. He's got a wheel horse called Wildfire, 14 horsepower. He's got his age on here, but we don't need to tell. It's obvious he's older than 18. How does that sound? But he's still making sure he's taking good care. And notice his setup too. He's still got that long bar out front on his garden tractor, but now he's got weights on there, so it weighs 900 pounds. I'm going to count weights now. Okay, so Mark went down. First puller will get his distance. This is 900 pound off the lawn. We'll 276.94, and we'll find out if he's going to keep it or repull. He's going to keep that distance. Okay, so on the other side now, we're going to start our 1,100 pound open class. That means you're going to see a lot more fancy stuff on there, a lot of names and everything. This is going to be Connie Walters. He's out of Dassel, Minnesota. His tractor is just maybe. Doesn't say what the horsepower is. You know, these guys, they like to keep secrets. And he's on the large eliminator. Now, I did get a chance to count the weights on the small eliminator, and there's about 1,000 pounds weights on there. And I believe the eliminator itself weighs about 1,000 pounds. I'm going to round it off to that, because I think it's 1,200 pounds actually. But so they're pulling about 2,000 to 2,200 pounds in the off-the-long class, which is a lot. I don't know if I'd want to do that with mine. Oh, looks like Connie's checking it out. Something happened. He was our test puller a little bit earlier. So we'll go back to the 1,100 pound, because we're going to keep 900 pound, excuse me. We want to keep this rolling along so you guys get out there and to enjoy the county fair. This is Dan Nelson. Tractor's owned by Don Helwig. Grandpa again. Maybe not. Maybe it'd be his father. This is Spoiled Rotten number 1. And once again, they're from Princeton, Minnesota. Boy, we got helicopter rides. I know there's horse shows. Boy, you can see everything around here. We'll get Dan Nelson's distance. 244 feet, 14 inches. 244.14. Okay. So now once we get the skidster back so that he can actually be in place, we can't be pulling at the same time anything else is on the track, as you could imagine, safety concerns. Notice the barrel on the back of the skid steer. It's full of water. Helps us balance everything. That's Dean riding the Eliminator. Hi, Dean. Are you having a fun ride so far? Oh, he can't hear me. This is our first female Connie Walter. Comes from Dassel, Minnesota. Just maybe was the tractor's name. She did not list her horsepower. And it's obvious it's not a stock garden tractor. Okay, so I got quiet so that Michelle here could listen to the distance that was recorded. It's 288 feet 75. She is keeping it. She's not going to re-pull. Okay, so now once we get back, we're going to have Rob Backus come in. He's 900 pound off the lawn on the small Eliminator on that side. Okay, he's sponsored by Total Construction and Equipment. It's owned by the Backus family out of Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. It's Cup Cadet called the Blue. Are you having fun so far? Are you enjoying all of this? Once again, look at the Eliminator as it goes by. There's a whole bunch of weights on there. I bet you that's about 5,000 pounds on that one already. And they will add more as the night goes on. Rob Backus. This is Rob Backus at 900 pound off the lawn. It's a 14 horsepower Cub Cadet. Looks like he got it right down there, that's for sure. But anytime you can kill the engine like that, he's gotten as much power as he can out of that tractor. Okay, 283.24. 283.24. He is currently our leader. Now we're going to go over to the large Eliminator. This is the Bull. Oh, okay. Russ Moen out of Zimmerman, Minnesota. He's going to be driving the Bull. Now he was kind enough and listed actually his horsepower. 175 horsepower. And this is 1,100 pound open class. Now remember, they're pulling this large Eliminator down the track, and it's got about 5,000 pounds on it. Where compared to the small one, So, did you enjoy that? Go ahead, you can clap for him. $268 feet 24. 268.24. Okay. Well, while we're getting Joe Pursuance up and he's ready to go. He is the owner of the tractor. He's out of Shoreview, Minnesota. This is a Kubota Cub Cadet, 12 horsepower. I was going to look to see what's going on here tonight, because I don't want to see anybody leave the stands, but I want to see what's going on. Let's see. Sneaky Pete's Garden Tractor Pull, North Track at 6:30. Wonder where that could be. I think it's here. It's right here. You're all here watching it. 7 o'clock in the grandstand, they have a pickup seesaw contest. They also have the Windy Ridge Equestrian Drill Team and Jets Exhibition Horse Arena at 7. Daily cash drawings at 8 o'clock. They got the Teen Talent Contest at 8 o'clock, and at 8:30 is Dance and Entertainment and it's at the main stage because it's Teen Night. You gotta remember, this is Thursday, August 2nd. What great weather for the Washington County Fair. Couldn't ask for it any better. Picture perfect day. That is Joe Pursuan down there going down the 900-pound off the lawn class. I gotta slow down. I can't talk too fast anymore. 12 horsepower Cub Cadet. We'll get his distance. On the large eliminator is Pat Novak out of South Haven. Name of his tractor is going to be Money Talks. .264 feet, .29. 264.29. I'm checking to see who's in first place here, so you know who to cheer for. Well, you could cheer for all of them, actually. They're all winners in my mind. The one that's leading so far has pulled 283 feet. 283. Okay, this is Pat Novacek. Boy, he went a little sideways there a little bit. If they go too far over, just like with the big garden tractors, they can go out of bounds and they'll actually get disqualified. But I didn't see a red flag, so 210 feet 13. He lost some distance there when it started to go sideways a bit. Never want to do that. No. Okay. You getting the hang of it? Yes. This looks like the Black Widow. Oh, I don't know why he named it that. Would be interesting to find out. This is Will Mortensen. Will is out of Rice, Minnesota. He's driving the Black Widow. Let's see. He's got some horse. Oh, if I can read his handwriting. What his horsepower is. I can't imagine 161. It actually looks like 1L1. This is the Black Widow, 1,100 pound. Oh, no, he's pulling in the 900 pound off the lawn. Remember, they're pulling about 2,200 pounds on that. There's about 1,000 pounds of weight. He's got some weights on the front to make sure the front stays down. We keep all that weight distributed evenly. So as the eliminator goes down the track, that weight shifts up to the front to stop it. That was Will Mortensen. We'll get his distance here. 277.79. Well, at least we haven't gotten to the 1/8 inch or anything yet. I'm glad to see that. I suppose that's going to be next. Who's leading our class? I think it's 283. Yes. Rob Backus. Rob Backus is leading our class right now. We have just a few more pullers left of the 900 pound off the lawn. Now on the large eliminator, we have Bob Schlag. Bob is out of Ham Lake, Minnesota. He's got wasted wages. He actually has a 650 Honda engine in here. 650 Honda engine. And it sounds like it. Yep, you got a little bit more oomph up there at the end. That was pretty good. Very good. We'll see how well he pulled. It was Bob Schlag out of Ham Lake. 240.05. 240 feet 5. Very, very nice. So, on the other side, on the small eliminator, is Robbie Backus. Once again owned by the Backus family out of Inver Grove Heights. 900 pound off the lawn. It's a Cub Cadet. I think Cub Cadets are kind of like the favorite of all you garden tractor pullers. Is that so? I mean, it looks green. I would think John Deere, but he painted it. And it's called the Cruiser. The Cruiser is going to be coming up. Notice how he's leaning back in the seat. You've seen one driver that's come down the track where he was leaning way back in the seat and he had his arm back there. That's to get more weight over those rear wheels. That's what's gripping it. You want to have as much contact with those rear wheels as you can with the track. When it starts to come up in the front, that's when you're starting to feel those weights are coming up on you. I want to thank everybody for being out here once again. Wonderful audience. You always get a wonderful audience at the Washington County Fair. One of the great state fairs. Excuse me, county fairs. You could be a state fair. You got a lot of stuff here. $276.68. Very good. Let's see, how many pullers do we have in this class? We have 3 more pullers in the 900 pound off the lawn. Yep. And the 1100 pound open class is Will Mortensen out of Rice, Minnesota. Quicksilver Jr. 750 cc, so it's got to be a motorcycle engine again. Always interesting. I thank all the drivers for putting that down there. Now, Will, of course, is a youngster. Anybody younger than 30 is a youngster to me, so. Some momentum there. Went off to the side. Doesn't do any good. You want to have those straight pulls. Anytime you can't do it, you got to have some touching on the front. but most of your stuff is all in the back. All your grip is in those rear wheels. But you got to be able to steer it, too. $194.93. Oh, is this the end of that class? The 1,100 pound off the lawn? That was the end of the 1,100 pound off the lawn. Hey, give the 1,100 pound a round of applause. Oh, excuse me, 1,100 pound open class. Connie Walters, our female driver, 280 feet, 75 inches. Russ Moen, 268.24. And Bob Schlag with 240.05 are our top three. Congratulations to them. Way to go. We're still in that 900 pound off the lawn class over there. Bruce Williams. It's owned by Corey Peterson, uncle. Cub Cadet. Always something. Always something. Age 14 horsepower. Out of Dassel. Oh, had to get a drink. My throat was getting a little dry. Evidently talking too much. I like to talk a lot though. I encourage you, after the polls are all done, come over and talk to the drivers. Find out what you need to know. Maybe you want to come back next year and participate in garden tractor pulling. Well, we'll give Bruce Williams distance here. It's gotten quiet. Jeepers, I should be announcing something else. 274.58. Yes. Very good. Michelle's doing a great job up here. She's putting them all in order for me, so I know what's going on. Still the distance to beat in this class is 283, I saw. She's coming through it. I want to thank Michelle and Carol. John, our flag man, he's out there in the sun. He should get a good suntan. Hunter for driving the skidster back and forth all the time. He goes home and he has a personal masseuse come in and massage his neck because he's always looking backwards all the time. Dean for riding the Eliminator. I don't see him picking any dirt out of his teeth yet. Okay. We're going to finish up the 900 pound off the lawn before we go into our 1,200 pound open class. Jessica Schlag is going to be up next driving. She's out of Oak Grove. Ray Schlag actually owns the tractor, and this is also another Cub Cadet. You can always tell Cub Cadet because they're yellow, right? Unless they paint them. They could be green, they could be blue, whatever. This tractor is called Gotcha 2. And once again, 900 pound off the lawn has to be 14 horsepower. 14 horsepower. Notice how she's leaning back in the seat. She's got that bar out front. She can add weights onto it. She has wheelie bars in the back so it doesn't flip over. Wearing a helmet. Must have a helmet. Safety first. Okay, we'll get Jessica's distance here for you. Can everybody hear me okay? I know I can't go too high because otherwise I'll blow speakers. Then you won't hear me at all tonight. 261.08. 261.08 for Jessica. Okay, so they're bringing back the skidster on the other side. We have Russ Moan coming up. He's out of Zimmerman, Minnesota. How long does it take to get here from Zimmerman? An hour. Takes an hour to get here from Zimmerman. But we appreciate you coming. Thank you. Now his tractor's name is 8 Second Ride. So evidently, we're going to time him now. Somebody get your stopwatches going over there. We'll see if it goes 8 seconds. He actually has 275 horsepower in this garden tractor, if you can call it a garden tractor. Ooh, he threw a lot of dirt. Yeah. Did somebody check? Was that 8 seconds? Sneaky Pete, you're supposed to take the brake off the skid. You can't have the brake on the eliminator. Turn it off. We're just teasing him. Something happened. We don't know what. Russ is going, shoot. My gosh. So he'll try it again. Russ is not, he just dug himself some good holes. Yep, Mark Fishman. He's actually driving a wheel horse tractor. 14 horsepower, and it's 14 horses is the name of his tractor. He's out of Stuart, Minnesota. 900 pound off the class. And I think he's our last puller. Mark is our last puller. And the 900 pound off the lawn. I really wish I could get them all to come out here when they're done with their class and kind of line up so you can give them a round of applause. But they are so focused, and they're men, of course. They focus on what they have to do for the evening. So they go back and they get ready on another garden tractor to get out here. Okay, he waved the red flag for Mark, our last puller. $276.36. $276.36. And while we got it quiet, I'll give you the top three. Rob Backus took first place with 283.24. Will Mortensen took second with 277.79. And Mark Benning took third with 276.94. He was that first puller we had out. So now, let's give them all a round of applause for that 900 pound off the lawn garden class. Wonderful. We're still going to keep moving right along because we know there's lots of things to do tonight, and we want to make sure you get out there. Now, we still have one more class that's an off the lawn class. That is an 1,100 pounds. So some of these tractors you may have seen already tonight. What they're going to do is add more weights. So that first puller, and of course on our 1,100 pound off the lawn, is going to be Josh Bishman, and they're putting weight on it. So are you having a good time? Are you if you're just getting out here, remember we have a small eliminator, which is about 2,200 pounds on it before. Now they're adding more. We should be counting 22, 23, 24, 25. He'll probably throw some more on, so we'll keep track of that. The larger limit, and when I say how much it weighs, there's actually all those weights they're putting on there are about, I heard 95 pounds each, but I'm going to round them off to 100, okay? Because I don't want to dig out my calculator and get it down to the exact number, but rounding off would not be bad. So we got that one figured out for the small eliminator, but I know the large eliminator, that is about 5,000 pounds. So that's weight and the eliminator itself. The eliminators are usually somewhere around 12 to 1,500 pounds. And once again, that weight goes up to the front, and that's how they stop them. I've just been informed we're going to be doing the 950-pound stock altered class before the 1,100-pound, which is great. So that gives me something to tell you about stock altered. Okay, so it has to start out as a stock garden tractor. Okay, then they're allowed to make alterations to it, such as different muffler system. They can put on some other wheels, definitely more weights. So it's just minor altercations that they're allowed to do it, not major, like in this one. Much better. That was really good. You can give. He's our first puller in the 1,200-pound open class. This is Russ Moan. He's the one that first came out here and dug us some nice holes to put some bean seeds or something in. Russ, of course, it was driving 8-second ride. We should have tried to see if we couldn't time it. He went 230 feet 1 inch, 230.01. He actually drives a 275 horsepower motorcycle engine that's in that puller. Can't quite call them garden tractors, so he's not keeping it. He's going to try it again. He's going to give us another thrill. We get another chance at the end of this class. I'm going to ask somebody to use their watch and time it and see if he goes 8 seconds, since he titled it 8-second ride. Okay, this is Scott Riskadal, 950-pound stock altered tractor. He's out of Lakeville, Minnesota. He's down in my area. He put down he's old for his age. I like that. It's kind of fun to see what drivers put in their registration sheets. We're so lucky to have that. He is driving a Cub Cadet, by the way, 14 horsepower. If you see me all of a sudden standing and then all of a sudden I sit down, it's because my left leg's going numb for some reason. I think I wore the wrong shoes. Do not wear Crocs to a tractor pull. I'll tell you that right now. Wear some good support, like tennis shoes with socks, whatever. I was more afraid of traffic tonight coming up here from Rosemont. I threw on whatever shoes I had and I got here and I'm going, not good if you're announcing and you're standing. Crocs aren't going to make it. So every now and then my left leg starts to go numb. And I go, okay, I think I'll sit for a bit. Okay, Scott Riskadal is 950-pound, 14 horsepower, Lakeville. But they're going over here. Pat Novacek on his show favorite, Money Talks, 1,200-pound open class. And actually it's titled Open Unlimited. Notice that they're trying to go right down the middle of the track. And you can see that there's kind of a little wet spot in the middle of the track. It's wet there. There's moisture coming up. Good grip. You want good grip like that. You don't want it muddy. You don't want it dry. You want it grippy. Ooh, 211.54 for Pat. 211.54. We only have like three more. Yeah, and then Russ is going to pull again where we get to try that 8-second ride to see if he really goes 8 seconds. He's never going to live that down. Though Michelle told me I did not know that Michelle is Russ's husband. Wife, husband here. And she was the one that actually named the tractor. So now we're going to see if she can live up to her 8-second fame. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go over to Scott. He's got a starter for his tractor. He put weights on it. Scott Riskadal is out of Lakeville, Minnesota. It's a Cub Cadet 14 horsepower, 950 stock altered tractor. Stock altered tractor for Scott. Whoop. First run of the season for Scott. Wow. For years. Oh, he dug this out of the mothballs? Is that what you're telling me? Because he wanted to come to the Washington County Fair. This is where it's happening. Well, they're working on that one. We'll see. We'll give him a chance. Daryl Rath. Daryl Rath is over here with Just Maybe on the other side. 1,200 pound open unlimited. It's Just Maybe Plus. Just Maybe Plus. Out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. He's actually sponsored by Rath Racing. I like that when they tell who they've got. Oh, had to pull it. Must be a snowmobile. I don't think of many motorcycles they have to pull it. Definitely sounds like a snowmobile engine. He did not list his horsepower. So now we'll see what's better, snowmobile or motorcycle engines. It's always exciting here at the Washington County Fair. .19. 266.19. I think he's burning alcohol in that too. It's not stock gas, because I can smell it. If you smell something in the air, it's alcohol. Gunner Cook. Gunner's going to try pulling over here on the 950 pound stock altered class. He's out of Deer Park. Deer Park. Where's Deer Park? Wisconsin. Not sure. I'll have to grab him sometime and ask him. I think it's got to be because it's a 715 area code. Wonder, Gunner's actually pretty young. I don't know if he's single or not. He's under 25. Anybody looking? Gunner might be looking too. I'm not sure. We got to be careful here. He's sponsored by Ulrich Farms. He actually owns his own tractor, so he might have money. Work in Progress is the title of this one. 950 pound, 14 horsepower. Stock altered class. Stock tractor, but they're allowed to make minor altercations. I'll have to go up and meet Gunner afterwards. Tell him that I put the word out he might be single. Okay, remember they had him up first time with 800 pound, 900 pound, no, they're the 950 stock altered. And I was just making sure I could see how many weights were on there, and they are up to about 2,500 pounds now. If you look off to your right, you can see a hot air balloon up in the sky. We'll get his distance here in a minute. Behind you is a helicopter, and oh, his distance is 299.37. Wonderful. I think he might be leading this class. We're going to check it out. Yep, he's just leading right now. We have a few more in that class. Oh, here comes our next one. Ray Schlag. He's out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. This is Cub Cadet. Bad behavior. Bad behavior. I hope that means the tractor and not Ray. Ray would not have bad behavior. Ray looks like he's a very good driver. I've seen Ray before. That almost sounded like a motorcycle, but it's going to be like, I'm going to call them crotch rockets. So it could have been a Kawasaki or something like that. 253.01. 253.01. So I was telling you, we've got a hot air balloon over there. We've got helicopter rides going on. And, of course, to your left, or if you look across the track, you will see the South Suburban Community Channel filming us tonight. They are out of White Bear Lake. And if you want to watch us after the event, you could go on YouTube and watch garden tractor pullers. So YouTube and garden tractor pullers, Washington County Fair. I want to thank Arlen and Anthony and Richard and Kenny and Ian. They have quite the crew out here, actually, to film this. So this is Tommy Schlag. Driving the tractor for Ray Schlag out of Oak Grove. It's a wheel horse tractor called Wild Horses, 950-pound stock altered class. Okay, he's down the track. He did very, very good, Tommy Schlag. Two 296.15. I believe the leader in this class is 299.37. So he was so close, just so close. Jessica Anderson's actually next, and that's going to be the end of our 950-pound stock altered class. So while he's coming back, I'm going to tell you about Connie Walters. Connie, our female reckless driver out here. No, she's not. She's a good driver. That's right, Connie. She's out of Dassel, Minnesota. She owns this. This is Just Maybe. We had Just Maybe Plus. Now we got the original Just Maybe. Brother and sister act here. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. I love my brother, too, if I can ever get him to come out with me. This is 1,200-pound open unlimited class. Connie, go out there and show the guys how it's done. Okay, we're going to get a distance there. $246.81. 246.81. We got one more puller. And then, oh, Russ, this is our repull. Ooh, this is the one where 8 seconds. Okay, everybody out there who's got watches on, and you can time this person. We're going to see if his 8-second ride when he gets up there and hooks up to the large eliminator. So get ready. Get those watches ready to go. Not this next puller over here on the small eliminator. That's Jessica Anderson. Though she'd be fun to time. I'm sure Jessica would like to know. This tractor is actually owned by John Anderson. They're out of Cottage Grove. It's the 700 series Alice Chalmers, and it's called Hurry Up and Wait. 14 horsepower stock altered tractor. Whenever we get a break here, we'll make sure that the Suburban Communities channel takes a bow. There goes Dad on the ATV to check up on Jessica. She's doing really good. Very good. She's our last puller. We do have one that had trouble at the start of the line. We want to know if he's going to be coming back out. That's Scott Riskadal. Is he going to try it again? Wow, 307.61. 307.61. She is leading. Way to go, Jessica. Scott, you're coming back out, I take it. Yes. He says if the eliminator ever gets down here. Okay, yep, I know you're waiting patiently. But in the meantime, of course, we're going to talk about Russ Moon. Russ Moon, can you hear what I'm saying? Way to go. Keep waving. The crowd loves to see people waving. Now, Russ, you're from Zimmerman, Minnesota, about an hour away. And this is called an 8-second ride. So I've got everybody up in the stands who's got stopwatches on their watch. They're going to check you. And then afterwards, they're going to come over and see you afterwards and let you know if you did it in 8 seconds or not. So no pressure. No pressure at all, Russ. Dean, you look good on that eliminator. Wow, did you see the dirt he was throwing down there too? That's the way it should be. He got good grip. 230 feet, .01. Oh, no, I'm sorry. His new distance was 238.79. 238.6. So he did do better than his first pull. So, that's the end of our 1,200-pound open unlimited class. So give him a round of applause while we have it quiet here. Daryl Raff took first with 266.19. Ray Schlag took second with 253.01. And Connie Walters with 246.81. Way to go. Okay, once again, thank you very much for being out here. We now have 4 hot air balloons over here to your right. Helicopters in the back. And of course, we have the Suburban Community Channel, and it's quiet, so I want to give them kudos. They're out of White Bear Lake, of course. They come down here, it seems like every other year, and actually film us. So you guys over in the audience are all going to be on cable TV. You just have to remember to go to YouTube, and you can see it beforehand, and look for Washington County Garden Tractor Pullers, and you can see what they've got out there, okay? So Arlen, of course, does a good job. I don't know where Arlen is. Who's running the camera? Is that Anthony, Richard, Kenny, or Ian? I got a camera here. Nah, he's ignoring me. Are you Anthony? You're Ian. Okay. Uh-oh, Skidster got lost. Very good. Ian's running the camera on this side. Okay, where's Kenny? Nobody's going to tell me where Kenny is. That's okay. We had humor out on the track. We had the large eliminator was out here giving a show on its own. That's pretty good. And Arlen was the one that checked in with me, and then there's Anthony. So Scott Riskadal is coming back out there with a 950-pound stock altered. He's a gentleman that first came up. Now remember, he brought this tractor out of mothballs. He hasn't had it out for years. Wanted to come here just for you. Nice wheel stand. Way to go, Scott. Sounds like it's missing a bit, but you know what? He's still going. He's still going. Oh, not anymore. Way to go, Scott. Great job. Now go home and tune it up. Sneaky Pete's is not only here tonight, he's also at Dassel, Minnesota tomorrow. Oh, no, excuse me, Denison, Minnesota tomorrow for Denison Days. Oh, Scott's distance is 198.28. 198.28. That's the end of our class, isn't it? Okay, first went to Jessica Anderson, 307.61. I think she's the first one to broke the 300 mark. Gunner Cook, 299.37. Tommy Schlag, 296.15. Very good. Okay, Denison Days is tomorrow night. Sneaky Pete's will be there in Denison, Minnesota. Okay, looks like we got a couple tractors lining up there. Let's see who goes first. If we're over in the large eliminator, it's going to be Daryl Rath Racing. This is going to be the start of the 1,400-pound Open Unlimited. And if it's on the small eliminator, it's going to be the 1,100-pound off the lawn. It's going to be Josh Bishman. So we're going to have to see which one goes first. Are you still having fun? You're hanging in there. You're doing great. Just think you're going to cultivate that suntan. I was just reminded these tractors are all going to start getting louder as the night progresses. Did you bring earplugs? Maybe, maybe not. If not, use those hands. They work. No, they will not fall asleep during a garden tractor pulling event. If they do, they have to be pretty tired. Pretty tired. We keep trying to move this along because, of course, as you notice, there is no lights out here. So we want to actually get our event done before it gets dark. So we're not going to keep you here all night. Yep. They're thinking about weights. So while they're doing that, I'm going to remind everybody what's going on tonight at the Washington County Fair. And thank you very much to the Washington County Fair Board for inviting us to come back this year. I cannot say that enough. Tonight, of course, you're watching Sneaky Pete's Garden Tractor Pullers. In the grandstand was the pickup seesaw contest. 8 o'clock is the daily cash drawing. Let's see what time it is. 7:44. You got about 16 minutes. They have the Teen Division Talent Show, and at 8:30 it's Teen Night. Dance and entertainment at the main stage. Friday, they've got all kinds of things going on during the day. Too many to list. I see the carnival opens at 1 though on Friday. Oh, yep, he's pointing down the track, so we're going to see. Yep, this is Josh Bishman. 1,100-pound off the long class. These tractors now are 20 horsepower. person that owns this tractor is Mark. I think Mark's walking alongside over there. Right in front of the audience. Yep, there's Mark. He's the guy in the red checkered shirt. You want to stop and talk to him? Please do. Flag him down. Two 117.57. 217.57. He's going to keep his distance. Okay. So we got puller number 1 done. And we have, how many in this class? 8. Nope, 9. 9 and off the line. Okay, so now I'm reading off of this yellow flyer, if you can see where I am. This is the information over at the information booth. One of the buildings. Okay, Daryl Rath is on the 1,400-pound open unlimited. Just maybe plus. Very good for him. Very good. Now that was 2 snowmobile engines on there. $310 feet, 76. Wow. Very good. Do you think you'll keep it? Ooh. Yep, he's keeping that distance. Okay, on the other side we have Mark Benning out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. Cub Cadet Yellow Mark, 16 horsepower. They're allowed to have up to 20 horsepower. So we'll just wait. Okay, I was telling you about this yellow flyer that I have. Over in one of the buildings over there, way over on the one side, just before you get to the carnival, there's actually a sign out front that says information booth. So when I got here today, I immediately went to the information booth so I could get this so I know what's going on all week. This is the second day for the Washington County Fair. They started on Wednesday. They conclude on Sunday. I can guarantee if you come back every single day, you will not get bored. I am just amazed at the amount of activities that they have up here. They do a wonderful, wonderful job. So please, support your local county fair. Come back tomorrow, Friday night's always a good night. Saturday, wonderful. And you're going to have great weather all the days, even on Sunday. So make sure you support your local county fair. Up over on this side is Mark Benning out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. Yellow Mark, 16 horsepower. They're allowed to have up to 20, but he has to weigh 1,100 pounds. It does look like they added more weight, so I bet you there is about 3,000 pounds that they're pulling down the track now. Mark Benning in a Cub Cadet. Yellow Mark is the title. Yellow Mule. Excuse me. Boy, these guys got to learn how to rate. Send them back to school. $219.44. 219.44. Okay, now we're going to have Melanie Campbell up. Melanie, is out of South Haven. The tractor is owned by Pat Novacek, and actually it's titled El Diablo. It's obvious it sounds like a motorcycle engine. I'm sorry, I can't tell you which one it is, but it's a 1,400-pound open unlimited class. First year pulling, thank you, in this class and in this tractor. Okay. Very nice for Melanie for first year pulling. $226.12. 226.12. Okay, and the other sign is Don Helwig. He owns this tractor. He's out of Princeton, Minnesota. 1,100 pound off the lawn. I want to thank again John, our flag man down there, for being so brave. I don't know if I'd want to be standing down there with some of these garden tractors coming at me. John, you do an excellent job with those flags. Want to thank Hunter for his skidster. Now, Don, who's pulling on the track, of course out of Princeton, he's actually driving a Ford tractor called Little Babe. This is the 1,100-pound, 20 horsepower limit, and he actually has all 20 horsepower that he's using. $215.90. 215.90. Michelle, you do an excellent job writing this all down. Well, we got about 6 more in the 1,100 pound off the lawn class. And she keeps them all in order, too. Okay. On the next side is Russ Moan, 8-second ride. He's doing in the 1,400 pound. Remember, you've seen him before. He's just added more weights. I want you to notice when he goes down the track now, how he leans way back in the seat. He'll put his arm up. Very nice for Russ. So, for those of you out there that had your stopwatches on, did he ever do 8 seconds or was it longer? Did anybody chime him? I'm looking to see if anybody's going to tell me. Did he do more than 8 seconds or not? Oh, this class is done. Wow. 1,400 pound open unlimited is done. Daryl Rathwood just maybe took first, 310 feet 76. Russ Moan took second with 272.17, and Melanie 226.12. Congratulations to them. Give them a round of applause. It's time you guys to have some activity over there. You know, you can stand up, take a break anytime you want. I don't think people are going to try and get your seats from you. I mean, there's plenty of seats around, so don't be afraid to stand up. Okay, we still have 1,100 pound off the long class. Matt Bishman's going to be coming up. Wheel Horse, Iron Horse is the title of that one. He's got an 18 horsepower tractor. It's gotten real quiet. Where did all the hot air balloons go? Oh, no, there's one still over there. Okay. Is our TV crew still here? Yes, Ian, you're down there with your camera. Way to go, Ian. You must have Arlen, Anthony, Richard, and Kenny all hid away somewhere. You're hiding them. Oh, yes. They're dancing. They're out partying at the Washington County Fair. I could tell. Way to go, Ian. You know how to tell on them. Matt Fishman. 1,100 pound off the lawn. Wheel Horse, Iron Horse. 18 horsepower. I want to thank everyone again for coming out here to the Washington County Fair. You're a wonderful crowd. I think we should just take them with us all the time. (234 feet, .59, 234.59. Distance to beat in the 1,100 pound off the long class is, we're going to find it here. Michelle does a great job. Oh, it is him. He's leading. That's the leader of the 1,100 pound off the long class. But we have a few more pullers yet. On the large eliminator, they're just going to wait a little bit so we can get the off the lawn done and a few other things. So I mentioned what a wonderful audience you are. You're a wonderful crowd. You get engaged, you clap, you care. What more can you ask for? That's wonderful. And there's no mosquitoes bothering you. You're willing to use your stopwatches to time our 8-second run. So I think with that, maybe what we should tell them is where the next garden tractor pull is with Sneaky Pete's. It's in Denison Days, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night in Denison. It's a 7 p.m. start. It's on blacktop. So just to make sure you know that, we don't only do just dirt, they also can garden tractor pull on blacktop. Okay, this is Joe Pursoon, 1,100 pound, 20 horsepower. He's got an 18 horsepower tractor itself. It's called Blowin' Smoke Cub Cadet. He's from Shoreview, Minnesota. Joe Pursoon. We'll get Joe's distance here for you. .03. Very good for Joe. Oh, 1050 stock altered is going to go in the large eliminator. Wonderful. Let's see. Remember, 8 o'clock's a big drawing. Did you enter the big drawing, Mike? Did you get your ticket in? Oh, good. Okay. 1050. Stock altered. Tony Tice out of Shakopee. Oh, he's looking at his tractor first, so we won't get too worried. On the other side will be Will Mortensen, the 1,100 pound. So Tony, of course, is sponsored by JL Welding. Tractor's owned by Jim Tice, Shakopee, Minnesota. This is Monkey Scratch when he comes up. But right now, Will Mortensen's coming up from Rice, Minnesota. He owns this tractor, and it's a Cub Cadet Old Rusty. Old Rusty. He's got 18 horsepower. Okay, well, distance to beat is 234 feet. .234 feet is the distance he had to beat. I'll let you know what it is. 225.55. 225.55. Lucky numbers. 225.55. Tony's getting ready. Yeah, 1050 stock altered class. This will be the end of the stock altered class. Then we have a pro stock class yet. Do we have anybody in pro stock? Okay, so we don't have any. We have pro stocks, pro super stocks. We have sports stocks. He is doing really good. Nice and slow and easy. And he is doing really good going down there. I'm impressed. .297 feet, .95. 297.95. He is keeping it. He was the first puller in that. 1,100 pound off the long class. Joe Pursoon. He's up next over here on the small eliminator. 1,100 pound off the lawn. Out of Shoreview. Big Red Cub Cadet. See? I always thought Cub Cadets were yellow. And they proved me wrong. They paint them. They made them big red. That's Big Red. Hi, Sneaky Pete. How you doing? You're waiting. No, he doesn't listen. He's just like, I'm in a different world. Leave me alone. I'm working. Joe now is going to head, I bet, towards the middle of the track where you see those wet spots. That's where there's more grip. And he, too, is taking it nice and slow and easy. He's letting the tractor do the work. Is everybody seeing how those weights are moving up? They started way in the back by Dean, and they slowly go up the eliminator. By the weight going up to the top of the eliminator where the tractor is pulling, it puts so much weight down there, it stops it. Now remember, they have about 3,000, a little bit more than that on there. But I'm going to round it up to 3,000. 211.73. 211.73 for Joe Pursuit. 1,100 pound off the long class. Distance to beat, I believe, in that class is like 234. John Anderson's coming up now, pulling a tractor. Before he was walking alongside Jessica. Now he gets to do it. This is Hot Pickle. It's a Cup Cadet. Once again, he painted that yellow, made it a Hot Pickle. This is 1050 stock altered. John, of course, is out of Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Oh, I think he's way over 300 feet. Way over 300 feet. .96. 303.96. That would have put him in first in this class, which is the 1050 stock altered. Clayton Hoffman is out of Boyceville, Wisconsin. It's sponsored by Jeff's Machine. It's owned by Jeff Booth. He's age 10. Age 10, driving in the 1,100 pound off the lawn. Wonderful. Cub Cadet. Plain old Cub Cadet yellow. I know that one. Are you still having fun? I know people come and go. We got all kinds of activities at the Washington County Fair. I don't want to glue you to your seats or anything, but I'm glad you're out there. You do a wonderful job being an audience. I still haven't heard if he made that 8-second ride an 8-second ride. Clayton's leaning back in the seat, trying to get grip. He gets steered. Dad must have told him, or Jeff, I bet, told him, keep it in the middle of the track. I do want to share with you, too, when you notice some of these, they've got weights in the front and everything. If any of those come dislodged, they're disqualified. I noticed on Hot Pickle, John Anderson's tractor, he had a box with a lock on it, so that prevents his weights from falling off. Good idea. But they can't lose any equipment on their tractor while they're pulling or they get disqualified. Clayton Hoffman, age 10. Let's see how he's doing against all the other people. Oh, we're checking here. Oh, we've got to, they're recalculating. We'll find out. .92. 219.92. Will Mortensen. Will Mortensen will be up here on the 1050 stock alter class. Out of Rice, Minnesota. John Deere. It is. It's a John Deere. It looks like a John Deere. Okay. No, I thought maybe they had a wheel that was on the eliminator. What they actually have is a laser that focuses on, see that red and white little triangle or square that they have up there? So way over there in the trailer is a laser gun. And they actually are able to measure it that far from where they start. So that's how they're coming up with the distances. Okay, Corey is our last puller in the 1,100 pound off the long class. Corey's out of Dassel, Minnesota. Cub cadet, working on it. Distance to beat is 234.59. So he's our last hope. Yes. Everybody noticing that red and white square up there? That's how they get that distance. Not John. John's not the square. He's just taking his time. Okay, Corey Peterson out of Dassel. Last puller in the 1,100 pound off the long class. 234 feet he has to beat to take first place. Taking it nice and slow and easy. He's getting as much as he can out of his tractor. Every inch counts. Oh my gosh. See, now I get the information before you, okay? He is so close, very, very close. He did 233.88. Distance to beat was 234.59. So when I said every inch counts, every inch counts. Matt Bishman took first in our 1,100 pound off the long class with 234.59. Second went to Corey Peterson, 233.88. And Will Mortensen took third with 225.55. Lucky twos, lucky fives, third place. John Schlag is going to be up next in 1050 stock altered. Distance to beat. Probably John Anderson, I bet. Yep, with the 303. And then we have to wait and see what we're going to be doing next. So this is John Schlag, 1050 stock altered class. Tractors up by Ray out of Oak Grove, Cut Quebec, Scottsdale. It's gonna be a close one again. Distance beat before was 303. Oh, he's gonna be shocked. 302.21. 302.21. So, our winner in this class is John Anderson with 303.96. John Schlag with 302.21. And Tony Tice with 297.95. Congratulations, you guys. Nice job. Nice pulls. Okay. On the other side, we're going to start now with the sports stock. 1050 sports stock. John Anderson's going to be pulling over there once we get the skidster back. Yep, we got to get Hunter to come back. How much does a masseuse cost, Carol, for that neck rub that he needs after turning his head all the time? Carol says she goes out to the fair and she buys one of those massaging fingers and puts it on his neck, and that's what he uses. Have you ever... how many of you are NASCAR fans? Can I raise your hands? Anybody watch NASCAR? Very good. So I've actually kind of enjoyed the sights themselves. Okay, so for those of you that watch NASCAR or something like I do on the weekend, they actually have all kinds of different camera views and everything. Thank you to the Suburban Community Channel, of course, for coming out and filming it. So you can go back and see if you are actually on YouTube under Garden Tractor Pullers, Washington County. John Anderson, 220 feet, .57. 220 feet, .57. But I know at one point during NASCAR shows, it'll just get quiet, and they want you to listen to the sights and sounds of NASCAR, okay? And if you're familiar with that. So this next puller, when we get one up here, I want you just to stop and listen and watch the sights and sounds of what's going on. If you've been out here sitting here watching it, you'll notice the eliminator going down the track. The skidster, how it pulls it, how they get the measurements, how they hook up the garden tractors. This is real work of art in motion. There's a lot that goes into putting on a show, and just the sights and sounds of what happens is always intriguing. Now this one that Tony Tice is driving happens to have in the front of it, of course, a box, and it's locked. That's where he's keeping his weights, because he has to weigh 1,050 pounds. He's in the sports stock class. Okay? He does not want to lose anything off of his garden tractor. He gets disqualified. I want you also to notice the track itself. Moisture seems to be coming up out of the ground in a couple of different spots now. Like a NASCAR, they have different grooves. One garden tractor pulling, we also have different grooves. You don't want to be in the same groove all the time as the other tractors, because if they went sideways, you'd follow it. You want that tried and true spot that goes down straight, because you want to get as many inches as you can. Tony Tice out of Shakopee is driving Hellraiser. It's the name of his tractor. So now he will get the chance to repull again. Something happened. They do hook up to these tractors a kill switch. If for some reason this eliminator got unhooked for some unknown reason, I mean, anything can happen. They have a kill switch that automatically kills the garden tractor. It'll stop its motion forward and everything else too. So All kinds of safety precautions that go on here. They are pulling now in this super stock class, sports stock, excuse me, about 3,500 pounds. And he got it started again. Woohoo! Way to go, Tony. Ian, I hope you're getting all these shots from Suburban Community Channel. Yep, he gave the thumbs up. He's getting all these shots. And dancing at the same time. He's talented. As it's getting darker, you can start to see some of the different sights and sounds that go on with it too. It looks like it's not getting into gear. Something happened. He might have lost gears or something. So, let's give him a round of applause anyway. Good try by Tony. Very good. He's age 16. This was his first pull on this tractor, I hear. Very good. That's okay. That's the end of this class. John Anderson took first with 220 feet, .57. Woohoo! Give him a round of applause. Yes, thank you. Now we'll see what's coming up next. Oh, gonna put more weights on maybe? Oh yes, we gotta put some more weights on. Well, good. This will give me time to tell you what else is going on at the Washington County Fair. Maybe. We got somebody else. Yep. The small eliminator will be next. That'll be the 1050 Pro. That'll be Joel Magnuson out of Rogers, Minnesota. This is International 100 Nitro Express. So once he gets going. Remember, tonight is teen night. Thursday night's teen night. I'm out of Rosemont. Washington County Fair is this week. Next week is the Dakota County Fair. I gotta mention that since I work it. So, and our fair actually starts on Monday, and we go through Sunday. Joel Magnuson is the start. Uh-oh. That's okay. We'll pull him back. Yeah. There's an orange cone out here. If he would have got beyond that orange cone, that would have been his pull amount, his total numbers that he would have had. He did not go past the orange cone. Ian, you're away from your camera. How are we going to get anything done? Yep. Ian came over to ask me, he says, I neglected to tell you what class we're on. We're in a 1,050-pound pro super stock class. How's that, Ian? Did we take care of that for you? Yes. See? Okay, there's 2 more cameras down there somewhere. I've missed them. Oh, yeah, I see them. Okay. So now you know which class we're at. That's the start on the small eliminator. So we don't know what's going on there. Okay, so Thursdays, teen night. Friday night. What do we have tomorrow night? Tim Siegler's at the main stage. Cash drawings at 8 o'clock again. Oh, you have a truck pull at the grandstand. They do have an admission charge if you want to go to the tractor pull tomorrow night. Truck pull, excuse me. That starts at 7 o'clock. Saturday, there's a whole bunch of stuff during the day. 11 o'clock, the carnival opens. 6 o'clock is the demolition derby at the grandstand. Yes. And the Rocking Hollywoods are at the main stage. I encourage you to go get your information sheet out of the information booth. Washington County Fair puts a lot in there. They've got a nice map on the back. It's wonderful. I went over and got mine. Sunday, all exhibits are released at 8 o'clock, but they have the carnival and everything else going on, an English horse show. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh, they have a tractor pull at noon. Okay, Pat Schmidt out of Hastings. John Deere Orange? Okay. Is in the Pro Super Stock 1050. Pat Schmidt out of Hastings. 199.95. 199.95 for Pat Schmidt. He is keeping it. So he's leading right now. Okay. He will be. Okay. So now we are going to start on our other side on the large eliminator. Jeff? Oh, we're checking. Michelle's checking. Okay. Jeff Booth. This is the 1750 mini rods, 1,750 pounds mini rods. So now, of course, we're going to listen as he comes down the track to see if we can figure out, is it Chevy engine, is it whatever. Actually, Jeff says he's out of Boyceville, Wisconsin. He owns his tractor. He says it's a Cub Cadet. Horsepower, not available. He's keeping it a secret from all of us. He doesn't want any of us to know. Jeff Booth, we're going to have to come see you when it's time. They got to make sure they get on safety harness, helmets. Yeah, we're kind of watching to see who's going to go first here. On the other side is Joe Magnuson. Magnuson Machine sponsored out of Rogers, Minnesota. 2 Moody Blues is on the small eliminator. On the small eliminator is the 1050 Pro Super Stock. On the large eliminator is the 1750 Mini Rod. Okay, so Joe Magnuson is going to go first in a 1050 Pro Super Stock. Notice how low to the ground his weights are. So he must know his tractor's going to bring that up, because there'd be nothing worse than having that dig into the ground as you're pulling. Had to use a starter to get it started. Oh yeah, his weight came up. He was doing really good until he started to go sideways down there. Like to have it nice and straight. Nice and straight. $235 feet 41 for Joe Magnuson. 235.41. He's right now leading the class. After him will be Scott Gerhardt. But right now, okay, we're going to kind of wait to see if we're going to do Jeff Booth in the mini rod next. Nope. Okay. Michelle's telling me they're probably going to finish up the Pro Super Stock. Oh, the lights are on in the carnival. Which ride are we going to go on? The Ferris wheel, the zipper, tilt-a-whirl. Where are we going after this, girls? We're going to the Washington County Fair, and we're going to go eat. And what are we going to eat? Whatever we can find. Anybody wants to buy for us? Stand in line. We're more than happy. We will have a good time at the Washington County Fair. Ooh, everybody's getting ready. Are you still having fun out there? If you just joined us, thank you for joining us. We're getting right down there. We must only have like about 6, 7 tractors total left. So we're almost done. Remember, we have no lights out here. We want to get out of here before the bugs come out. That is Scott Gerhardt going down the track. He's out of Roberts, Wisconsin. The tractor was titled Suspicious Minds. Was a Cub Cadet, 21 1/4, and that was a Pro Super Stock, 1,050 pounds. 1,050 pounds. 263.54. 263.54. He's in first place. Ooh. I want to thank all our track people that are working out here. We've got John down there, our flag man. Thank you, John. You're doing a great job. Want to thank Hunter in the skidster. He probably can't hear me. I did see he turned his head to the other side though, so it must mean the other side's getting bad. Dean, I've been noticing Dean when he goes down on the eliminator now. He is hanging on. He's got both hands on the grab bar. He looks like my husband when I'm driving. He grabs those bars too and says, oh my gosh, Kathy's driving. And I want to thank Carol up here and Michelle. I know there's some other people that have helped out on the track a lot too. Thank you very much for all your help. Also, Suburban Community Channel out of White Bear Lake for being out here. Remember, you can go to YouTube, go in Washington County Fair Tractor Pullers. You'll see it. Pat Schmidt is up next. Pro Superstar, 1,050 pounds. Oh, he went past the orange cone. Not good. 82 feet, 72 inches. 82. 82.72. Oh, that class is done. The 1,050-pound pro super stock is done. First went to Scott Gerhardt, 263.54. Joe Magnuson, 235.41, and Pat Schmidt with 199.95. Okay, got them done. Okay, now we got Jeff Booth with his mini rod. It weighs 1,750 pounds. He did not tell us his horsepower. Okay, now you're seeing the big boys in garden tractor pulling, the mini rods. 285.86. 285.86 for Jeff Booth. Then we have Pat Novacek. Will be next in our mini rods. There's only two in this class, is 1750 mini rods, and this one is a 1,900-pound 8-cylinder. Woo! So now we're getting back into those car motors. He is keeping his distance of 285.86. 285.86, he's keeping it. Remember, if you don't want to be at the Washington County Fair tomorrow night, you can always come watch Sneaky Pete Pullers again in Denison, Minnesota for Denison Days. Where is Denison? Down by Northfield. Okay. It's south. You gotta go south. South. My husband and I always chuckle that when we finally decide to retire, we're gonna go south. We're originally from Owatonna. I live in Rosemont, so going south for us is Owatonna. So someday we're going to go check out a NASCAR track. Maybe Iowa, Chicagoland, one of those. We'll go south. Okay, Pat Novacek. Bad seed. 1,750 pounds mini ride. If my husband Mike was over here, he could probably tell me what kind of an engine that is in there. But he's sitting over there in the stands, ignoring me. You gotta get the clipboard out saying Chevy or something. Okay, Pat Novacek's distance was 278.49, so he came in second in the class. Jeff Booth won the 1750 mini rods at 285.86. Congratulations. Give them a round of applause. We're down to our last three people to pull. Okay. So this is going to be the 1,900-pound mini rods, and these are 8-cylinder. So I'm sure they're talking about 8-cylinder car motors. So he's sitting out there. 200 to know where my husband was. He's sitting right in the middle. He's just kind of watching everything going on. Oh, I like it. He's sporting American flags and everything. Leave it to Ray Schlag. He's going to do it upright. Out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. This is Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder. It's an 8-cylinder. Nothing like the sound of a good car engine as it's working hard, pulling down a track. Out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. 1,900-pound mini rod. Oh, okay, they're putting more weight on. You bet. Safety first. Let's see, I suppose if they didn't put the weights on, how far would they go? I just know that John has got to be on his toes because these are 1,900-pound mini rods and we don't want you to run over at this point. No, and we don't want to have the tractor in still water. No. Boy, this was perfect timing. We're going to get this show in before it's too dark. We might be able to see some flames coming out of the exhaust pipes. Race flag. Way to go. He straightened it out. He was throwing dirt. The poor guy riding the eliminator. He goes home. He's just covered with dirt. $259.03. 259.03 for Rolling Thunder in Ray Schlag. 8-cylinder, 1,900-pound mini rod. He is keeping his distance. 2 more pullers. 2 more pullers left. Then you could go out and party with the teens at teen night. Dance and entertainment at the main stage. Don't know who they have. Probably somebody good. They always do a good time here at the Washington County Fair. I remember that one year when we were done, we went over there. Jeff Booth. Jeff Booth is coming back. This time weighing 1,900 pounds. Mini rod. Remember, once again, you're getting towards the end. If you're just coming in, enjoy the sights and sounds of garden tractor pulling. And smells, that's right. Some of them run alcohol for fuel, nitrous, mainly premium alcohol, I'm sure. Premium gas, but you got expensive motors in there. If you've been watching, there's been sparks sometimes. It goes underneath the eliminator. There could be little rocks or something in the track. So Jeff Booth out of Boyceville, Wisconsin. Cub Cadet, though it's really an 8-cylinder. It's supposed to be a Cub Cadet garden tractor. Which, you know how quick you could mow your yard with that tractor? That would be incredible. You might not get all the blades of grass cut, but... well, it's got to do something there. Thank you to the Washington County Fair Board for having us come out. They did add more weights to that eliminator, by the way. They're probably up to about 8,000 pounds now that they're pulling. Could be a little bit more. 206.74. 206.74. We got that distance, 206.74. Okay, so let's give some thank yous. We got one more puller still to come up. It actually happens to be Sneaky Pete himself. He happens to have his own garden tractor. And he's going to come out and actually pull. So I want to remind you, once we are done with this event, you may come over and visit with any of the garden tractor pullers that you would like to. Please remember that they're trying to load their trailers and everything. If you have any young kids or anything with you, keep an eye on them. Talk to them about how to get into the sport. Who knows? You might be able to come out here next year in off the lawn class and have a great time. This is 1,900 pound, 8-cylinder mini rods. This is Cy Schmitz. He actually has his tractor named Johnny Cash. And it's a nice looking tractor. I've never seen this one before. Oh, that's okay. They'll get it started again. But I like that how Pat Schmidt is telling, go straight down the track. Don't do the S's. Go straight down the track. Go straight. You may want to hold your ears. He did really good. You can give him a round of applause. I think he took it to heart when I said head to Stillwater. I don't know. Hi, Pat. How you doing? There goes Hunter and the Skidster. 331.21. Very good. Okay, so Ray actually took first in this class at 259.03, and Jeff Booth with 206.74. Our last pull was an exhibition one. I want to thank you very much for your time and for coming out. Please, if you see any of the Washington County Fair directors, tell them that you enjoyed it and tell them to invite us back next year. And I want to especially thank the Suburban Community Channel out of White Bear Lake. I want to thank Arlen and Anthony and Richard and Kenny and Ian. Yes, you did a great job. And remember, you can see this garden tractor pull on YouTube. Washington County Fair Pullers, Garden Tractor Pullers. Have a great evening. Grab your information sheet and support your local county fair. Go have fun at teen night. If you see us, you can buy us a corn dog. Take care.